hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom work.
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Red Delta! Hey, you got three, Good! Black 15!
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they're motivated. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this time, not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to the ground now with Gordon. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Left, left, left.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Let's go, let's go.
Off the play fake, Keenum. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. This is caught inside the 15. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. Keenum finding Sanders for a big one. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Keenum. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Matt LaCosse, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rivers now on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
White! Set! Delta! White!
Second down, Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over them, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
0. Round. Hey, go orange.
They go play action. Rivers. His throw caught at about the 5. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
This is Gordon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
Hey, I'm going to go load it.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Throwing is Keenum. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off play action. Keenum escaping the pressure right. Looking for Sam. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the second, there goes Melvin Gordon, 20. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Keenum. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rookie Derwin James with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Hey! Set, hey, go orange 5-4. Shoot.
Rivers now from the 50. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. 23 yards on the play.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Gordon on first down. Down right around the 25. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Hurry up! Liner!
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
After the interception, here's Keenum. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Very left, very left.
Back to the air. Keenum on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And it's fielded at the 34. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On play action, Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick here is good. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now it's Keenum throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Roger, Roger, Roger. 15.
Keenum on 1st down. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. From the red zone, it's Keenum. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves? Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Rivers. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now running right through it. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Keenum. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, it's Keenum. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Working from the gun, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Melvin Ingram in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time, and that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there's another first down run right there.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Rivers to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Shaquille Barrett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Delta! Buffalo Wolf!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On 1st down, Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From midfield, here's Keenum. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Denver has the 1st down, the play going for 15 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Flush to his right. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. And
he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Josh Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Now Austin Eckler on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Chargers. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. Alluding to practice. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. For the sideline, that's taken in by Allen. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here you go, man. Yeah, Rocky.
He's back to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Wider.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One final try now for Keenum. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the home team here, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our